Oh, good morning, good morning. It's gone live. For some reason I didn't know. It normally does weird. Anyway, never mind. Hello, happy birthday. Well, no, welcome to the first day of the rest of your life. Happy Saturday. Happy birthday to you, even if it's not your real birthday, because every day is your birthday if you choose to celebrate life. Got a nice little background going on here. This is the view from my my little veranda here at my place in the Isle of Skye. I have just run to Elgol, which is the nearest sort of village. It's not much of a village. There's just a few houses there really, but they are all clumped together. And there is a shop. So I went into the shop and it's fantastic. And there's loads of stuff in the shop. Like it's one of these tiny little shops. It's got loads of stuff there. They also have this delivery service. I should probably say this as well, which is amazing. So they have a butcher and greengrocers and stuff, and they have a whole big list, and they'll do a delivery and stuff. So there you go. It's a whole big online shopping thing. Came about because of COVID, of course. And then the village basically voted to keep it. Fantastic, hey? So yeah, by the way, sorry if there's a lot of wind noise, but I am up against the house here, so it should be all right. We have loads of people to say happy birthday to today and for tomorrow. I'm going to do Sundays today as well. So yeah, so I've just done about 5.5 mile run. So because it's about just under 2 miles to get to the shop, but the shop didn't open until 10 o'clock, and I got there at 9:30. So I then ran all the way around to the bistro, which is like up this really steep hill. So it's like a nice sort of restaurant, I guess. As far as I know, the only restaurant in Elgol. And then ran back down again to the shop, had a coffee, and I had a custard cream. I had this beautiful little custard cream thing. Oh, by the way, we are going to talk about throwing away the day. I should have started with that, never mind. And then I also got, which I've carried home with me, a roll, because they had a couple of rolls in there, and this one is Elgol squat lobsters. So actually lobsters that are caught in the bay at Elgol, with a Marie rose salad and sauce and salad. So there you go. I got a little sort of brunch or breakfast, really. It's a little late breakfast for me, but amazing. They had absolutely everything there. But I got a lobster roll. Of all things to have, but I suppose it makes perfect sense in your tiny little village. I will post on my Facebook profile a whole kind of story with images and where I went and everything. So that will come soon. But for now, let's say happy birthday to a few people, then before we get on to the main subject of the day, which is throwing away your day. So I've just done morning. I've taken the morning out to go and investigate Elgol. Met the beautiful shop owner whose name is Hermione, of course, from Harry Potter's the fame, and she lives just up the road, just past here. So she apparently drives past this house on a regular basis. So she said, "Oh yeah, we can deliver stuff to your house if you want us to deliver stuff." So because she knew I didn't have a car and I'd be walking. So she just said, yeah, just give us a call and we'll drop some stuff off if you need it. Fantastic. I said, yeah, we know everybody. How long are you here for? Oh yeah, well, and then it was talking about going to see the cave along the road here, and she said, oh, we got some kayaks. We sometimes go out and explore. He said, we go at high tide when there's nobody else there, and it's fantastic. Go out in your kayak. And I said, well, I'm not sure I'm very happy about going on my own. She said, oh, well, that's okay. We'll give you a shout when we're going out, and you can come out with us. And I was like, oh well, I got to find a wetsuit to fit me. He said, no, don't worry about that. We don't have wetsuits on at all. We just go out in shirts and shorts and stuff. We don't intend to get in the water at all. I was like, oh, okay. So amazing. So I just went to this little shop in the middle of nowhere, and met this wonderful person, and there you go. I've just fantastic. This goes back to something I said a little while ago about talking to strangers. So I actually had a conversation with her, had a whole chat about things and why I was here and all this kind of stuff, and it was absolutely fantastic. And now I have somebody maybe to go out and kayak and explore some sort of local areas and stuff with. Brilliant. Why not do that? Why not make the most of your day, rather than putting off till tomorrow? Whatever it is you need to get done today. So if you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm having a bad day today, I'm going to put it off until tomorrow, and then tomorrow you'll probably have another bad day and you procrastinate and you put it off till another day. I've been listening to like 4 or 5 Blinkist books on the way there and on the way back, obviously, because it's taken me nearly 3 hours to go there, back, and stop and all this kind of stuff, and take photographs along the way, say hello to cows. It's fantastic. But yeah, don't throw away the day. Go and have a good day. Make the most of your day, because if you procrastinate and push it off till tomorrow, you might not do it tomorrow either. One of the books I did listen to was the 5-second rule from Mel Robbins, and of course she said there's some science behind the procrastination thing, which is basically our body's and I'm trying to remember it now because I suddenly realised I can't actually remember the science behind it. I can't remember now. Never mind. It'll come back to me in a minute while I keep talking. So hopefully, at least anyway, because I say that sometimes and I forget to mention it back in the later part of the talk. Anyway, never mind. Let's say happy birthday to these people. Let's get this out of the way, and then we can come on to the main subject because I've got a couple of things I want to add to that anyway. So, happy birthdays today to I can't see the first name on that list. Oh, Ashley, Laura, Sandra, Elaine, Chrissie, as utility warehouse fame. Ruth, hope you're well. Ruth, haven't seen you for ages. Michael, two Lucys, Lucy born twice because I couldn't work out which one was your real profile. I guess one's an old profile or something like that. So anyway, hello, happy birthday to you, Lucy. Gary Hunt and Daiyaan, I guess that's how you say it. And Sue Turner from my CDC days. We just had somebody posted a 20-year photographs from a dinner we had 20 years ago at CDC. That's just amazing to think that's 20 years since that happened. And then for tomorrow, Sunday, happy birthday to Ryan Pinnock. Hello, Ryan. How you doing? The funny South African who does mindset stuff similar to what I do. But he does obviously much more successful and makes a lot more money out of it. So at the moment, at least anyway, I am probably where he was 3 or 4 years ago still, although I started 5 years ago. But anyway, Idit, whose surname is Ginsberg. My brother dated somebody called Ginsberg. I wonder if there's any connection there at all. Probably not. María, who always comments on these things and gives me lots of love and stuff. So happy birthday to you for tomorrow, Anna. I hope you're well, and here's your special shout out. Here we are. There it is. And you, of course, the viewer who's viewing this. Happy birthday to you, of course. Lynette, Sean Clifford, Kathleen, Philip, and Miranda, who's got a very cool sort of surname, Masters Van Gogh, or Van Gogh, depending on where you come from. Not sure if that means that she's got something to do with painters, Van Gogh paintings or something, I'm not sure. But anyway, hello Miranda, happy birthday to you tomorrow. Tell us in the comments why your name is Masters Van Gogh. What's the connection there? Let us know about that, that'd be fantastic. So, going back to the main topic in hand, I'll try and remember that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing from Mel Robbins. So basically, the idea is if you're thinking about doing something, just say to yourself 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and go. Don't give yourself time to think about it and let the negative thoughts come into your mind and the fear start to set in. There's another good thing that you talked about there as well, which is when you start feeling that scared feeling, just turn it around and say, I am excited about this thing, because it's basically the same feelings inside your body. You're just choosing to either focus on the fear or the excitement, or you can choose between the two, which then leads us on beautifully to this topic that we're talking about today, which came out of an email I had from Joe Happiness Howarth this morning, where the lady who did the talk this morning was talking about should versus could. And saying, instead of saying to yourself, oh, I should be doing this, you could say to yourself, oh, I could be doing this. So I should be going out for a run today. No, I could go out for a run today. So should feels like somebody's telling you how to do this. And she said that this comes from, could and should comes from, I can't remember the name of the lady now who does it. She does mirror work as well. And I think this is the lady that invented RTT. Rapid transformational techniques, was basically saying because the should could be somebody outside of your parents, your teachers, society in general, but it could also be yourself. So you could be shoulding all over yourself as well, by thinking, oh, I should be doing this, which is not helpful for you either. I'm just going to check on the timings here. I've got 5 minutes left. That's quite cool. So use the word could instead of should, and it gives you a little bit more of flexibility of thoughts. Now, you'll have heard me in the past talk about, instead of using the word should, use the word can choose to or can choose not to. But obviously in some circumstances that doesn't always work, and it's a hard thing to remember as well, is the can choose to. But essentially what I'm saying is, if you ever feel yourself saying, oh, I should do something, just take back the power from that and then say, I'm going to choose to do this or I'm going to choose not to do this. And it's going to be my choice as to whether I do it or don't do it. And then, you can obviously then enjoy doing it or not enjoying it, or not do it. If you're not enjoying doing it, if you don't really want to do it, then don't do it. Obviously, it depends what it is, but you have the determination as to whether or not you decide what you're going to do about that. So not rather should. You could even turn that into, so politically speaking, I should take the vaccine. I could take the vaccine. I can choose to. I can choose not to. In most cases. Now, obviously, there's a political thing about mandates and so forth. But even though then, I've had this conversation with a few people, it's like the mandate's basically saying, if you want to do this, then you need to take the vaccine. But actually, you can just say, well, I'm not going to do that then because I don't want to take the vaccine. I'm not going to take the vaccine, so I'm not going to do that. You still have a choice. You always have a choice. In anything you do in life, there's always a choice. Doing nothing is a choice. It's just whether or not you like the outcome of the choices that you make. It just is what it is. Anyway, then Oprah was talking about on the video I was watching this morning about the power of saying no to something as well. She said once you got money, people were asking you for money all the time, and she always felt like she should say yes. But what she did is she chose to say no. So she could say no. And therefore she chose to say no a couple of times, and she tested it out once. I think it was on Stevie Wonder. She talked about Stevie, but she didn't actually say who. Who'd asked her to donate to a charity, and she said no. And he said, "Oh, okay then, I'll catch you another time." And she was like, "I expected you to try and persuade me to give you the money." And he was just like, "No, it's fine. You know, if this is not the charity for you, or you're not ready for it, then that's fine." And she suddenly realised that saying no was okay, and she wouldn't feel like a lesser person for having said no, because she says she's by default a people pleaser, so she wants to please people, she wants to say yes, but she realised that she couldn't say yes to absolutely everything, otherwise she wouldn't have any money for herself. So yeah, and then she went on to say, make the quote from Invictus, which is, "You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. You are the one in charge of your feelings and your thoughts and how you want to act in your life and what you choose to do and what you choose not to do. So make sure that you have that power and take that power and use that power moving forward." Take charge of your own destiny. Absolutely, there you go. And the only thing I'm going to finish on here, I can't remember that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 thing, the procrastination. I think it's about keeping you safe, though. I think it's basically about managing you. But I'll find the quote and I'll stick it in the comments on Facebook, of course. I'll try and remember to stick it across to Instagram and YouTube as well. But often when people say, if I went back in the past, I'd make some changes, but they worry about those tiny little changes in the past having a ripple effect and destroying your life in the present. However, the interesting thing is that today, now, is the past for your future. So if you think about, in your future, go forward in your future and then think back and go, if I made some small changes now, I could vastly make a difference in the outcome of my life if I made some small changes now. So what small changes could you make today that you can choose to do today that are going to make a vast difference in the outcome of the rest of your life, in a positive way rather than a negative way? Just have a think about that. Let me know in the comments below if you're willing to say so. That's all I have to say today. I'm going to wrap up there. Send you loads of love. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you on Monday. I'm going to go and check out the caves tomorrow. Bye for now. Love you all. Thanks for watching. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in learning how to get over depression and having a more positive outcome in your life, it's all coming very, very soon. I'm massively on a big trajectory now, and I will be launching the anti-depression course 6-month program very, very soon, and the membership program that's going to go along with it, and it's also going to be the ongoing continuity thing at the end of it as well. So even though I had a chat with a lady called Cordelia yesterday who told me not to do that, I'm like, well, yeah, but I think might do it anyway, but just like keep it on the low down. So we'll see how that works. Anyway, take care guys. Bye for now. Love you all.